talented actor, musician, tattoo artist, and a model. And Clark can read a portion of his profile as well.
All right. He made his debut in the Jeep, and he played a tattoo artist there. And he also appeared in the film Dia de los Muertos, an award-winning horror film. Amazing, amazing. And the hit show Supernatural as a tattoo artist as well. And he also performs in numerous venues and DJs in numerous charity and LGBTQ events, fashion shows, and that shows.
Yeah, and also Romeo is a tattoo artist, and in 2016, he opened his first shop called Zen Tattoo in Vancouver. Actually, I got my tattoo from his studio, and I really, really love it. I want to show it. It's right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a tiger.
Beautiful.
A beautiful tattoo. So thank you for that, Romeo.
Thank you for coming me.
Yeah, I love that tattoo, and I always talk about it. And more about Romeo, he also loved to paint, and his work has been published in the province newspaper. And Nora Jones and Kat Von D are some of the owners or collectors of his original artwork. So let's welcome Romeo. So I will give Clark the privilege of asking Romeo the first questions because we're really excited about
Privilege,
this.
yeah.
I am so excited. I have no idea. First question, what inspires you to do all the things you do, being an actor, singer, songwriter, painter, model, and tattoo artist?
Well, it's pretty much since I was a kid. Like, I just always thought like art and everything was like super cool. But being a kid, it's kind of shy. So
Aww.
I'm like, oh, it'd be so cool to be like do acting or like do art or whatever, like sing. Actually, when I was thinking about singing, so my parents, Filipinos love to sing, right? So both my parents were always into like singing, playing guitar, doing karaoke, all of that. And sometimes Filipinos can be kind of like dramatic with just or OA with things, right? Like anytime my parents would fight or something, they'd play like a cheesy ass song, like this, what's that song? If You Leave Me Now?
Yes.
Yeah, like if they got into a fight, like my mom would play it, and it's like I guess that's their way of communicating with each other. Oh, these are my feelings. So, anyways, they're always singing, and I was just always too shy to sing, but it's just something I've always wanted to do. So everything that I'm doing right now, whether it's like tattooing, acting, singing, it's just to make my childhood self happy. Like I've always just been about like living out my dreams and everything. And my parents are a big inspiration because they were always into singing and stuff. My dad's actually a really good singer and guitarist. He's also really good at playing the Filipino version of a guitar. Oh my God, why am I blanking out right now? It's like tons of strings, like it's kind of like a mandolin. Banduria, there you go. He's really good at that. Also, I have friends that have passed away pretty young, like younger than 20 even, and they were artists. Like one was a model, one was a drummer, and it's just the fact that if they were still around, like there's so much more they could have done. So I just want to make them proud. I want to make my parents proud, and like people who have just been who have supported me throughout the years. Like I just want to make everyone proud and like kind of inspire some people. And yeah.
You're truly inspiring, Romeo. Like I met you in the past, and I've seen you around. And when I came to your tattoo place, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let you put some ink on my body permanently. So I've known you in the past as well. Like you're acting, and you're also doing a lot of shows. And in terms of acting, we know that in the Asian community, it's being underrepresented in the industry, especially the Hollywood, we know that there's a lot of multi-talented Filipino Canadians and Asian actors and actresses, but for yourself, how do you tackle this issue of underrepresentation of the Asian community?
Like I know it is like an issue. You even see like those viral videos on Facebook saying how like there's not enough Asian representation and all that. Honestly, I believe that just keeping going out to those auditions and like keep trying to get booked, keep working, like because I could focus on the negative aspect of it, like we're not getting enough bookings or whatever. Like just do it, just keep going out there. Also being open and honest with who you are, like okay, I'm Filipino or I'm this or I'm that, because people can have like their idea of what a Filipino person is, but like just one-on-one interactions with everyone of every race, not just sticking to your own community. yeah, that's good to support each other, but just making other people familiar of your existence, and but not not shining a light on like the negativity of like, oh, we're not getting enough bookings and stuff. Because honestly, like, I think the entertainment industry is slowly progressing. Yeah, it's like super slow and everything, but if you watch TV, like, you'll see more diversity on TV. Like, people of ethnicities, you can't even tell what they are, right? Sometimes I know like Filipino actors actually get booked for playing other nationalities too, other cultures. Like, sometimes they even play a black person or like a Latino. So yeah, just I honestly just think if Filipino actors just kept working and didn't give up, didn't get kind of like bogged down by the idea that we're not represented enough, then we could just like keep representing more, right? And like, honestly, like, if you want to change, like, sometimes you have to be the person to do something about it. So if Filipinos can even produce their own shows, that would be dope, right? So then you have full-on control, and it'll just start a domino effect of everyone else wanting to do, like, oh, okay, that flip person did this, I'm flip too, I should do that too, like, so yeah. I think just keep doing everything that you're doing, and like, yeah, keep acting, just keep working at it.
Yeah, that's
just
actually
stay
what we
positive.
do. Yeah, that's what actually we do here at Pinoy Rainbow, is to put that representation. So we're here, so you can listen to us and learn more about the LGBTQ Filipino community and what we do. And we do a lot of fun and nice and a lot of contribution to the community. So we're here to represent. And with Clar here, actually we thought of an icebreaker for you, Romeo, and this is actually surprise questions.
To be honest with you, I'm kind of scared. You're gonna put me on the spot.
I know, we didn't mention it about this, so yeah. So I'm gonna let Clar do the flow of this icebreaker.
Well, they're just meant to be fun.
Okay.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. First question: favorite Filipino food?
Oh, it's too many.
Yeah, right.
No, for real. Okay, no, I have to name at least like 100. I like pancit, I like bope, sinigang, I like leche flan, halo-halo, palabok.
Wow.
Oh, lumpia. If you're not Filipino, you know what lumpia is. Adobo's dope. Oh man, everything. I can't just pick one. Oh, I like empanadas. Whenever they're around, like, F yeah, I know I can't swear on the radio right now, but like, I just want to swear my head off right now. It's so good, but I know it's high in cholesterol, so like, unfortunately I can't eat it all the time. But sometimes you just miss going to like those house parties and everything, because the food, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah. Oh, barbecue too.
Oh,
yes, barbecue.
Don't forget.
Yeah. And spaghettis,
The sweet
matamis.
spaghetti. Yeah. When I heard there was a Jollibee in Toronto, I was like, hello.
Are they gonna open one here?
I hope so.
Apparently, I've heard rumors. Like, they'll be killing it if they. Yeah, it'd be a good business.
I'm gonna do some research.
Yeah. You open it.
I guess both of you are so hungry right now.
I'm so sorry, but okay. Second question is favorite book, or what book are you reading right now?
Favorite book? To be honest with you, I am not reading any book. I've been more of a I like pictures, right?
Yeah.
But actually, I do have a book that I do like. It's at my shop. I actually have 2 copies because the first book I purchased was it was a used copy, and it was perfectly fine except it was missing 1 page, and that pissed me off. So I had to go and buy a brand new one. But it's by Lane Wilkin, and it's actually about Filipino tattooing.
Wow.
So it's actually one of my favorite books. Like, aside from that, I do like spiritual books and stuff. But because it's a Filipino themed show, I want to talk about his book. He pretty much like talks about all the indigenous tattooing, whether it's Filipino, whether it's like Polynesian tattooing, and like Borneo. Tattooing is actually something that it started like way back in the day. And what's interesting, a lot of Filipinos don't know this about our culture. Like, tattooing was a big part of the culture until colonialism and all that jazz, right? Yeah, I just find it really interesting to know that there was meaning behind the tattoo designs too. And I like to tell my clients about that, who, if they're Filipino, they come in, they're like, oh yeah, Filipino tribal tattoo. Like, they don't really know too much about it, and I tell them like, yo, there's actually meanings to it. Besides, getting certain designs for status rankings, they would wear it for protection when they go hunting. And let's say if you were a headhunter and you hunted like a rival tribe, you would get a special tattoo to show that like, yo, I killed this other dude. It's like street cred, And it's aside from, I guess, like Catholicism being a big thing in the Filipino community, or just like religion. Filipinos were also very much into the spiritual world with like nature and things like that, and the underworld. So there's a saying in Borneo, a man without tattoos is invisible to the gods. So I like to tell my clients, if you got tattoos, you got like VIP access to heaven. Like after yeah. So you're set, Mildred.
Awesome.
Yeah, I see you have tattoos, you're good.
Yeah, we're
Exactly.
good. Okay, fourth question. Favorite drink or
Drink?
Yeah.
Like alcoholic drink or just like
okay?
juice?
Six. How do you like your eggs? This is
Eggs.
Mildred's.
I like egg whites. I like scrambled. I like omelets. Actually, my friend here, Sona, she like makes dope omelets. But I'm not into like sunny side up runny eggs. I know like most people like dipping their pandesal into
Yeah, that's me.
yeah, sunny side up. Like I
runny.
don't know. I can't. I tried. I mean, it's good, but I like it cooked.
Okay, so what's your favorite season of the year?
Season? I'd say fall, just because I guess my birthday's in the fall. Plus, fall fashions are pretty dope. You can wear like nice jackets and stuff. But I do love the summertime in Vancouver, especially because, it's pretty damn rainy here, right? Pretty depressing. So when it's like spring, summertime, it's really nice. But I don't like that whole allergies that come along with spring. But I think I'd have to say fall is my favorite because like the colors of the leaves and everything is dope. Plus I love Halloween and yeah.
Okay. My question is boxers or briefs or.
Or nothing at all.
Yes, I brackets command.
Or G-string or like boxers and briefs.
Yeah. Okay.
And when I'm at home, maybe nothing.
Awesome.
So going back to your tattoo, Romeo, what's the favorite tattoo that you have?
On me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a hard. You know what? I don't even know if I can answer that because there's too many. You want me to just choose one to talk about?
Which one is your first then?
My first tattoo. Oh,
Yes.
it's actually a little scorpion that's on my leg. Inner thigh, because I'm kind of a perv. So I got that when I was 18, so I was legal. I was actually surprised when I got that one done because I was afraid, like, everyone's afraid when they get their first tattoo, like, oh, it's gonna hurt. But when I got it done, it actually felt pretty good. Like, it wasn't painful. It was like just a nice feeling. But that was just me.
Have you tattooed yourself?
Hell yeah. I think most tattoo artists do. I'd say the most awkward one that I've done on myself was actually this one here on my chest.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's only so much I could see looking down at it, right? So for everyone listening, I have like a First Nations bird on my chest that I did myself. This one, I was actually supposed to get my old boss to do it, but she didn't have the time, so I drew it up and then I made the stencils, put it on. I was like, okay, I can do this or I cannot do this. I went, one line. I'm like, okay, I can't stop right now. So I actually had to use a mirror to finish it, and that was super awkward. It took double the amount of time. So
Yeah. So for the last question, what's your favorite dessert?
Dessert?
I mean, we're back to food again.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Mildred's a cook.
Okay. I can only name one?
I think you mentioned a lot.
Well, since I was a kid, I've always been known as Cookie Monster. I do love cookies.
Yeah,
Aw.
cookies.
I love
are good.
cookies,
I
but
like cookies too.
and I do love Filipino desserts. Like they're bomb.
Yes.
I could just get fat. I'd willingly turn fat to eat like Filipino desserts.
So we're going to play a song, and I believe we're going to do it live. And Romeo actually offered to play this song, and if he's ready, then we can
Yeah, I'll set it
start it. And so,
So excited.
yeah, so Romeo, you can talk about this song that you're going to play, and
Okay.
and why this song.
So the song that I'm about to play is called Melt Away by Mariah Carey. And the reason why I chose this song is because she's like my all-time favorite singer. Since I was a kid, I've loved like Stevie Wonder and other artists, but ever since the 90s when I first heard Mariah Carey, I was like, damn,
Yes,
who is
Mariah
this?
Carey.
And yeah, super talented. Another thing I loved about her was the fact that she is half black, half white.
I hope Mariah Carey is listening.
I hope
right
so
now.
too. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna melt right now.
I feel like this will go viral to Mariah
Yeah.
Carey.
Yeah, that'd be dope. What I loved about her was that, even she came out 1990, 91. And even at that time, there was still a lot of like, black and white racism and stuff. So the fact that she was exactly that, both half and half, it's like, she's bam smack in the middle of all that. And like, it's just, I don't know, I just love her. So yeah, this is Melt Away. Come to me with a casual flow, and suddenly my defense start to go when you talk to me in that sensual tone. It envelops me, and I lose my self-control, and baby I just melt away, fall like rain. Every time I see your face, I go off. I just wanna break it down. Anytime you come around, maybe I can melt away in your arms. Imagining that you're taking it slow and so tenderly, till the feeling overflows. When you look at me, I go soft and cave in, and I can't conceal. I'm slowly weakening, and baby I just melt away, fall like rain. Every time I see your face, I go off. I just wanna break it down. Anytime you come around, maybe I can melt away in your arms. You and me in a cloud of reverie, swim around inside my head unendingly. Oh, thoughts run wild as I sit and rhapsodize, pretty pictures of what I'd do if you were mine. And baby, I just melt away, fall like rain. Every time I see your face, I go off. I just wanna break it down. Anytime you come around, maybe I can melt away in your arms. Maybe I just melt away, fall like rain. Every time I see your face, I go off. I just wanna break it down. Anytime you come around, maybe I can melt away in your arms.
Wow.
Asking more questions. So we watched your YouTube video entitled FTM Transition 4 Years Singing Voice, singing Melt Away, the song we just played. As a singer-songwriter, do you have any concerns on the effects of testosterone have on your voice?
Hell yeah, actually. Oh my god. Okay, before I even transitioned, I did a bunch of research just to see if there was any information I can find on how testosterone affects the singing voice, and what I found was not good. Pretty much everyone said like, oh, once you transition, female to male, and you go on testosterone, you're gonna sound like, you're gonna sound like crap, right? So that's
Good save.
So that freaked me out because like singing is always something that was big and important in my life. And to be honest with you, the way I sound now, totally different from what I sounded before. Like I sounded like such a chick. I was singing Mariah Carey, like in that key, like very, very high. And so what I did actually come across, I came across this guy's article. He's like a music teacher. So what he did a study on, I think he took like 10 or 20 people who were transitioning. 10 of the people I could be wrong with the amount of numbers, but half of the people took the normal dose of testosterone, and then the other half kind of took like a lower dose. So basically, you know, guys who want to transition from female to male, they want to look like dudes like ASAP, right? So
Yeah.
usually when guys transition, like a lot of the changes happen within a year. So what I thought was, okay, I'm gonna like, you know, sacrifice the physical changes just so I can see if like, you know, taking a lower dose would ease me into like the, you know, my vocal development. Because what happens when you take testosterone, it thickens, I think, the larynx, like the vocal folds. So when you're born male, you have those years of puberty to you know, go through the changes and, you know, puberty squeak and all that, right? Whereas a guy who wants to transition from female to male, that is like sped up. It happens within a year. So some guys, even throughout the rest of their life, they have this kind of in-between voice. It's kind of high and low. It's kind of, yeah, so I kind of want to try to avoid that. So what I did was I started off with a lower dose of testosterone and just kind of eased into it, then gradually increased it. So my physical changes came a lot slower, but I felt like it helped my vocals, you know, to kind of just, you know, chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, in the beginning, it was really frustrating because there are times where I'd try to sing and no sound would actually come out. Or it would just crack and be like, you know, like just really ugly sound would come out.
That's scary.
Oh, it's so scary. It's kind of like mourning a loss because like I was so used to singing, you know, no problem, female songs. And like once I started transitioning, like, I couldn't, there's sometimes I couldn't sing the songs I used to. But now I think in my 4th year, it's pretty chill. So.
Thank you for sharing your story, and we actually saw more videos on YouTube, and it's pretty positive message, and thanks also for sharing here at the show.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you personally, what message can you share to the youth and our community members on being trans and sex positive?
I would say, like, you know, be honest with yourself, listen to yourself, how you feel, because, you know, there's going to be outside forces saying, like, no, you shouldn't be this way, especially if you're, let's say, Catholic or something. They kind of look down on things like that, being gay or being this or that, right? So, you know, sometimes parents, even your own family will like go against you, like for who you truly are, right? But if you don't get the support from your family or people who are close to you, seek it out from somewhere else, because there is support out there. Whether it's like, you know, friends, or there's like centers they focus on like helping youth, right? There's help out there, like reach out, because like it's not the end of the world, honestly. Like I would rather live my life as I am for real, and people wanting to kill me because I'm this way, than to not, you know, to hide. Like F that, you know, like that would suck. Like what's the point of living, right, if you can't be yourself? So be real, and like, you know, if you could educate others, if you can inspire others, you never know, there's other people that might be going through the same thing as you. Like when I was 18, I came out, and like people who were like double my age were coming out to me because they knew I was like at the time a lesbian, right? So that was like pretty cool. Like I would hate to have people not live their truth. It's so sad, you know, like it just makes me happy when people are themselves and they're happy. I just want everyone to be happy. Exactly, yeah, no one can tell you how to live it, so yeah. New music with this local producer. His name is Gabe SX. He's a Brazilian dude. We actually just recorded a song. He's getting a rapper to go on it, and we're planning to shoot a new music video soon.
I love music videos.
Yeah. So if you want to catch some of my music, you can go on YouTube. Romeo Reyes Music. That's ROMEOREYES MUSIC. And then my tattoo shop is just at Zen Tattoo, so ZENTATTOO. And I post my tattoo work there, but sometimes I'll just post like, you know, music stuff. I pretty much just post everything there too if I'm doing like any acting stuff too. So yeah, that's like the best way to follow and keep updated.
Well, thank you for having your time here at our show.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you also to Clar, and I hope Clar is very happy of, you know, how our program goes. We're really excited to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you also for the live performance, and yeah, we're closing your interview with another song from you, and thanks again, Romeo.
Your song is it's called Heaven by King Brown. Everybody's talking about hell like they just can't wait to go. Saying how it's gonna be so good, so beautiful. Lying next to you in this bed with you, I ain't convinced. 'Cause I don't know how heaven could be better than this. I swear you're an angel sent to this world. What did I do right to deserve you, girl? I could stay here forever. I don't mind if we never had to even leave this room. Everybody's talking about hell like they just can't wait to go. Saying how it's gonna be so good, so beautiful. Lie next to you in this bed with you, I ain't convinced. 'Cause I don't know how heaven could be better than this. Everybody's talking about hell like they just can't wait to go. Saying how it's gonna be so good, so beautiful. Lie next to you in this bed with you, I ain't convinced. 'Cause I don't know how heaven could be better than this. Could be better than this. I swear this is perfect. Come kiss me one more time. Thank you.
Thank you, Romeo Reyes. So I really enjoyed hosting today. And we are also on Facebook. So again, we are Pinoy Pride Vancouver. And you can find us on Twitter at Pinoy Pride Van. And for comments and suggestions on our program, you can contact Jeepney Cafe. And you can email us at jeepneycafe@gmail.com. And on Twitter at Jeepney Cafe. And you can also like us on Facebook by adding Jeepney Cafe and have a conversation with us. And also, I would like to mention some of the events that we're going to have. If you want to keep in touch with Pinoy Pride Vancouver, we're also raising funds for our participation in this year's Pride Parade. And to continue this endeavor, we are hoping to get support from the community. And for more details, so you better tune in. And the upcoming shows that we're going to have, we're also having a art exhibition and cultural night on June 16th at XY Vancouver. And that's more from Clar and also from Romeo. So yeah, it's been fun. So salamat po. And for the next program, we have the reggae show. Ingat
Nice.
po. Yeah.
Salamat.
Bye everyone.
Bye.